Good evening, everyone. This is Random Encounter,
And this is Alfina.
and we welcome you to yet another part of our ongoing, never-ending series, the Valiant Gamers Game of the Month. This time we're doing Parasite Eve for November. And everybody here has pretty much been here the whole ride. I hope you guys have had a good time. If you remember last week, we beat the main portion of the game, but as Sarah was very quick and right to point out, we're not finished. So we have EX game, and had the chance to play around with that a little bit over the weekend. And I actually went into the Chrysler building, I think for the very first time. I never actually played it myself when I had the game. Like, I'd have this beautiful new game plus, but I would never actually use it. Well, we're going to do something about that tonight. So, just kind of sampling it, I made it most of the way through the tower except the final fight because I want that to be a complete surprise to everyone, myself included, because I haven't seen it. But I wanted to kind of gauge how long it would take us to get through. And even with fast forwarding, it took quite a while. Like, it took me an entire 8-hour day to make my way through it. So without fast forwards, it's quite a bit of content, actually. So I'm going to try to get through it in the next couple of streams until our postmortem. But if for some reason we can't get to the end just through that alone, I do have a backup save set aside where we will look at the real ending before we actually start the postmortem. How does that sound to you, Nicole?
Sounds good to me. I like that you have a plan.
I do. I don't like being unprepared, so I've got us ready. Also, in addition to that, I did an entire playthrough of the regular game on EX. So I had like the armor that I brought over from the previous playthrough, but then I also took the time to gather junk. And every now and then you see us pick up junk and I just throw it out, but that junk has a purpose. And you can take it to the armory at the police station, and the guy, if you get 300 pieces of junk, starting on day 4, he will give you a gun. A really good gun of your choice. He can give you a handgun, a rifle, a machine gun, a rocket launcher, even a grenade launcher. But universally, it seems like the machine gun is the favored weapon. So I did my time. I spent several hours farming junk, and we have a pretty good machine gun that should get us through the tower.
So Random, I do have to say, do you need a hoarder intervention? Because that's like a hoarder language. Like every junk has a purpose and a use. So
well, I wasn't keeping the junk. I was passing it off to somebody else. Maybe the guy at the armory has, I forget his name. It's not Torres, but it's the other guy. Do you remember?
It's like Steve or something?
Yeah, it's Parasite Steve. That's going to be his name now. Parasite Steve. Party on, Wayne. Party on, Garth. I think Wayne is his name.
Yeah.
Or actually, no, it is officially Parasite Steve now, so. But anywho, we have a really good gun to get us through the tower. I will say, it can get kind of tough. There are mimics in the tower, so, Nicole, I don't want to trigger you, but I just want to warn you. This is your trigger warning.
Look out for the pox.
That is correct. Sorry, I've got a cough. I'm going to try to do it off mic. Excuse me. So, unfortunately, we have to go through day 1 again to get to the Chrysler building. But I'm just going to match through dialogue. You guys have already seen the game. If there's some lurker out in chat or somebody watching the VOD, you have not seen it, go back and watch the other earlier VODs. You should. It's a great game. But no voice acting tonight. No theatrics. Let's just try to... I can't, unfortunately, skip cutscenes, so just hang tight. We're going to mash through this and get through day 1 really, really fast.
Have you taken your medicine?
If I can't get my throat cleared, I might have to do that. I feel it getting hot. I just need to take all the medicine that I can. That's what the game told me to do, and I'm an impressionable child, much like Pat. Am I right?
Yes, just a child.
Galleon's gonna burst in here like, Nicole, you're supposed to be responsible for these children.
I know, I'm a horrible, horrible big sister.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I want to change Aya's name to A. Lamal so bad it's killing me, but I don't want to break the tension of the true ending. Aya Brea. I like how it gives her name and then it's like, change it, and then it just, yeah, gives her name again, just because we totally forgot what it was a second ago.
Give me share.
No, I'd never
Thank
do
you.
that. Hang on one
I
second.
know. It's like the first thing you learn when you're a kid is you need to share. Pat would know. He's just a child.
That's correct. So we we have Mr. Bang in spirit, but Mr. Bang is looking a lot more robust than we remember him being in the last stream.
Roll Mr. Bang.
Oh yeah. There's a really good suit of armor that we'll pick up in the Chrysler building, but I don't have it here in our initial start. So to give us something to work towards.
Better than Valiant.
Well, it's going to become Valiant, but yes, eventually it will. Its base stats are going to be significantly better, and it will have more upgrade slots too, and we want them. So, fun fact, we didn't put any of the bonus points into either of these categories, which you could do, but if you're playing Parasite Eve for the first time and want to try this yourself, I'm just going to tell you, do not put your bonus points in these, as tempted as you might be, because anything that you put here does not carry over to your next EX game, but everything that you put into the weapons you keep does.
Nice.
That's true. So unless your weapons are totally maxed out and you have nothing else to spend your bonus points on, just don't put them here. Just trust me on this. And I'm going to go ahead and just use the medicine because, you know, that's the right thing to do. And I think we're good to go. No, nothing bad's going to happen, right? This is just a lovely night at the opera, right?
This probably was the excuse for, hundreds of men over the years to be like, no, babe, I don't want to go to the opera. I don't want to spontaneously combust.
Yeah, babe, I just heard it'll make your dick burn right off. I can't do that.
Huh?
What's up, Wondervox?
Hey, Vox.
So, Vox, I don't know if you caught the initial little blurb I did. We're doing EX game tonight. We're going to try to get to the Chrysler building. It might take us longer than I initially thought, but we're going to give it an honest effort. Uh-oh. What's going on? No, she just burned their dicks right off. God damn it. Eve. I thought we talked about this. That's fine, though. This is the worst thing that'll happen in New York ever.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
It's kind of weird because, like, there's some aspects of this animation that are clearly dated. Like, the way that her singing animation, she's got a very long face. But then, like, people falling off the rafters and stuff still looks convincing to this day. There's an impact there that's kind of unsettling. Huge Uncanny Valley energy.
Yeah.
What a diva.
Should have had asbestos curtains.
Yeet. So Vox, we took the time to farm a pretty good gun for us tonight. So, like I was telling the others, we're about to blow this bitch right away. Have the credit screen rolling just a little bit early tonight. Haha, great gun, Mark.
Go, Mr. Bones. Go, go.
And as she floated away, she shouted, "Am I being detained? Is this a lawful stop, officer?" See anything in here we want? Not really.
What do you mean you don't want your medicine?
I don't want my medicine. At least for the first day, until we get to the Chrysler building, we will have no need of medicine. What even was that laugh? Also, look at how tall those heels are.
I was just thinking that. I'm like, God damn, those platforms.
Man, she can work in those heels. Let me tell you what.
Yeah.
But where she's keeping the body armor, though, I don't want to know.
Oh, you know.
The rat's like, oh, too much pizza. To which I reply, same, rat, same. I get it. Like, this is like what I feel like would happen if the Hulk were real. Like, Bruce Banner would just, like, rip through his skin like that, too. It would be really... If you thought that was unsettling, oh, that'd be even worse. Yeah, it still holds up, Grimace. I agree. There's a lot of gross body horror in this game that is fantastic, and I really... If Square Enix can't get the rights to do a proper Parasite Eve, like, remake or something... I really think they ought to try something different and try their hand at horror again. Come on. Here we go.
A theater key?
No, don't leave the room. I wasn't done in there. Don't tell Skunkworks that said this, but we're not going to save. Not yet.
What?
Oh no, the parrot's gonna kill us. Scissor Man's gonna come in and fuck us up. Okay. I think we're done in here. I will keep trying to pick up armor and stuff, not to actually use, but we will be deconstructing armor with the tools that we get to buff up what we already have. And if it seems like that's overkill, we kind of will need it going up through the tower.
There's no such thing as overkill.
It's the best kind of kill, I find.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. As long as you're killing, that's what matters.
All right. Get over here. There we go. Dear Diary.
Better take that medicine.
Blah, blah, blah. Lots of medicine. Can't get enough medicine. Blah, blah, blah. Etc., etc. We are going to want ammunition, which we'll get some in the tower. It won't be a worry for too long, but this gun can carry a lot of bullets. It's a hungry boy, and we must feed it.
It must feed.
American healthcare issues. What? You're sick? Feed him bullets. He'll be fine. Come on, man. Take some pills like the rest of us and walk it off, pussy.
He is dead.
So, fun fact, in my second playthrough of this game over the weekend, we did miss some key he is dead moments in the police station.
Oh.
When they attack. Yeah, you can interact with a couple of the officers in there and get ammo, but after you've gotten the ammo, it just straight up says he is dead.
Hmm.
Must be some Japanese nuance that goes over our American heads. Speaking of walking to a literal clown show, can stock sound 3. There we go. Love to hear it. Come on, one of these opens. Which one is it? Is it you? Somebody? Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? Whatever. That's fine. I keep my highly evolved mitochondrial parasites in my kidney. Common layman storage mistake. Yeah, you're supposed to store it in the balls with your pee.
I keep mine in my uterus.
Why don't you keep your pee in the balls? So
I don't keep my pee.
Sorry, we keep it classy here at Valiant Gamers, as you can tell. Also, so I've done another thing too. If you notice that the load times are a little bit better, is because they are. I also watched a little bit of the speedrunning community's take on this game, which I usually do that during a Game of the Month series. I don't know. I have like since Vagrant Story, and they either use PSTVs to play this, which is probably the most efficient way of doing it, but also some of them use DuckStation if they don't have access to a PSTV, and they speed up that CD read time. So I went on ahead and did that because, again, you guys have seen the meat and potatoes of this game, and I don't want to keep you waiting longer than we have. I think we've had the vanilla experience, right?
Well, folks, you were right. That parrot didn't make it.
No, he's definitely pining for the fjords now. And it's not a huge difference, but it is noticeable, and I appreciate it. If we can't skip cutscenes, then at least we can do this. Alright.
He is dead.
It's that clown from the dressing room. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna make it. Oh, she didn't say the thing. Come on, Aya. You had one job. And now you have another job. Open the goddamn door. Come on, open up. I know for a fact that opens it, so we'll be using these. It's that clown from the dressing room incident. He looks somewhat better than he used to. Yeah, it is a remarkable improvement. Alright, and we will be holding onto that armor to shuck for its bonus points later. Come on, please. I swear this door opened in my playthrough. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Somebody said this. It was either GameFAQs or Reddit. I forget which. But like this right here is essentially the moment that Melissa dies and Eve takes over, and that made me kind of sad to think about.
Yeah.
Like I had to imagine it had to be really terrifying to have this host just, or this parasite taking over your host's body, and it's like how much did she realize before it's like, oh shit, I can't control anything. Oh man, I'm fucked. You know what? That seemed to be a really big thing in games of the 16-bit and 32-bit era, especially in Square games, and it kind of just went away. And I would like to see a return to form there, especially in cases like, Chrono Trigger in this game gave you really good incentives for doing a New Game Plus. Like there was more content to go through with it.
Yes.
Which is a really nice touch, because while I like this game and I would have liked it without EX mode, I think giving it EX mode and this unique game mode just gives it a whole other life of its own. And it's not a super long game as it is too. It stays around just long enough to keep your interest, but it doesn't overstay its welcome. I'll just spoiler alert. I'll have good things to say during the postmortem. I've got some issues with the game, but I think Skunkworks seemed a little bit shocked when I said that this was one of my favorite Square games, and I don't think so. I think it's got a lot to like. I think a lot of game design these days puts that content forward instead of tacking it on towards the end, which may be better for certain kinds of games, but I do think it's nice to have a reason to keep coming back to a game like this.
Yeah.
Because this is kind of the game that's hard to do in a way that it's like, well, I've done it. What now? And somehow they pulled it off.
I feel like back in the days of where like New Game Plus's heyday, it was really up to designers to do that to make the game replayable. Versus now, you can just add, a download pack with new content, and it's kind of a shame that they can do it that way, but because it does take away from the replayability of the base game, but I think that's probably why it's like that now.
Okay. No worries, Fox. I appreciate you giving it a go all the same. Fox has taken a great interest in our little musical project on the forums, and I really appreciate that.
Yes.
We appreciate what you do, sir.
Much appreciation.
Okay.
Thanks for the shout out, Fox.
Appreciate it. Yeah, we missed this room during our initial playthrough, so I'll grab the stuff out of here too. Ammo's always good. Armor mods, also always welcome.
Was this because when you asked me which way to go, I chose the different way? Or...
It's possible. I like to leave that kind of stuff up to you guys in the chat. It keeps things interesting. But in hindsight, sometimes you just miss stuff your first go around. Also, like, there are those stairs leading up on the sides to a platform that does like a horseshoe. Completely useless. No reason at all to go up there. But I guess it's nice they gave you something to look at. Poor Aya, her killer heals are pretty much done after this. Yeah, no kidding, man.
Yeah, I feel like I'm on the same wavelength with a lot of you guys, because I was literally just thinking, like, so much for shoes, so...
And then wading through this New York shitwater, man? Oof.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Oh, I thought that was a walking cutscene. Okay. I played myself.
Why did not a sound on our soundboard? She has them Prish hands from the new Final Fantasy raid going on.
What is it that Prish says when she's charging her attack up? I can't believe I already forgot.
Wait for it.
Yeah, wait for it. Wait for it. I don't know why. It just makes me think of, it seemed kind of lost on the voice chat the other night, but we were like paying attention to new content. But it reminds me of Braveheart, where William Wallace is like, hold, and I'd said that in voice chat, dead silence, and I'm like, okay, I need to read the room here, but I'm still thinking about that.
I'm sorry. that was a hard raid, so I was just focused.
It was really challenging, especially that Shadow War fight. Oof.
Yeah.
Did I break your programming?
He's just having a rough day.
It took a second for the game to be like, oh wow, I'm dead. He is dead.
He is dead. Think about that for a moment.
Good job, Florida man. It's Schrodinger's crocodile. Oh yeah, I like this scene. We're about to watch police brutality unfold on live television, folks. Oh, good shot.
Real traffic jam in New York tonight, I see.
Yeah, it's a pisser.
Hmm.
If they do remake Parasite, they absolutely have to address that though.
Absolutely.
Daniel slamming his hand on the horn like, "Come on, I'm trying to get home." Aya with the slice of pizza in her hand, the quintessential New York experience.
Hmm.
And now the real MVP of Parasite Eve, the world map, everybody, of Manhattan.
I feel like a 80s crime drama TV show is starting up. These are their stories.
Bum, bum. The world map of Manhattan. Well, to some New Yorkers, the world is just New York.
Hmm.
Like it seems like a lovely city, but there is a very high opinion of New York among New Yorkers, which may be warranted. I don't know. All right, we
Well, the thing is, sorry.
now just kidding. Now we'll take the time to save. Go ahead.
Um, I would say that it's probably because, for the most part, at least up until recently, where it's become a lot more universal, New York was one of those places where you could live and you had everything you could possibly need, and you didn't have to leave.
It's true.
I think with the advent of the internet, that's changed a lot. But
Well, that and imagine the rents in New York are through the nose right now.
oh yeah, but that notwithstanding,
All right, we're just about free to go on our intended course to the Chrysler building, but I'm going to see what odds and ends I can wrap up down here with the boys at the armory. Yeah, I straight up started Yorking it in Manhattan, and that's why I can't go in the Sabaros in Times Square anymore. I'll never be able to get that real New York slice anymore. Okay.
I have actually been to the Sbarro in Times Square with Galleon of all people.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Positively riveting. Was it everything you hoped it would be?
No, well, I mean, it was exactly what I expected it to be.
I
But
was really sad because, kind of like the Sbarros in Times Square has a reputation, in New Orleans, there was an Arby's on Canal Street which had a very similar reputation. It's like, why on earth, unless you're local, and even then, if you're local, you could still do better. Why on earth would you
hmm
come to New Orleans and then go
hmm
eat at a goddamn Arby's on Canal Street when you're
hmm
surrounded by all kinds of good food everywhere, and
uh-huh.
cheap food, no less? But
Yep.
it was there for the longest time. And in fact, on the New Orleans subreddit, like it had kind of the skyline of New Orleans, and you could see the Arby's there too. And it was kind of a meme there. I was sad to find out it actually closed. I guess in the last year or two. I mean,
Hmm.
I've been in there once. It was fucking Arby's. It was dreadful, but it just, like it was kind of novel. It was a meme, and I was sad to see it
It was,
go.
yeah, a bit of an institution in its own mimi way.
Indeed. All right. We're going to toss out these medicine ones. We will have no need of them where we're going. Grab some ammo while we're here. It is Wayne. Thank you, Grimace, or I should say, Parasite Steve.
Hey, Parasite Steve.
I like the casual New York gesturing between the two of them. Italian gesticulating commences.
I am offended.
But deep down in your heart, you know it's true. Actually, that's a question. Do you talk with your hands a lot?
Oh, yes.
Mm.
I absolutely do.
Okay.
And I don't even mean to.
Yeah, we know how tools work, Swain. We got it. Oop. Okay, we got a super tool ready to go. We will hang on to that. I'm going to grab a little bit of higher grade medicine as kind of a, oh shit, it's a mimic moment or something else. Just to be on the safe side. We've got all of these lovely guns here that we held on to for our last playthrough. They will be fodder, basically, to upgrade our arms once we do a run through, because with any luck, we're going to get the tool set and the super tool set and not need to have to worry about tools ever again.
Guns for the gun god.
It's the most American thing I've ever seen, and it's beautiful. Okay, we are just about ready to make our trip. I am going to go on ahead and save. It is what Skunkworks would want, of course. Which, speaking of which, Skunkworks, if you're out there and haven't said anything, you should say something, because we miss you. Here, you have to post it 3 times, Nicole. That's how we summon him to our presence. Hey, Grimace knows what's up. Thank you, Grimace.
Biggie Smalls. Oh wait, you still haven't watched it. We need to watch that. God damn it.
Watch what?
That South Park episode.
Oh, yeah. All right, guys, are you ready?
Hell yeah.
If I could open the goddamn door, thank you.
That's my favorite episode, Grimace. I'm glad you've seen it. Someone here hasn't, though. I want to watch it.
It's possible that I've seen it, but it's been so long, and let's face it, at this point, South Park's been on the air for, what, 25 years?
Yeah.
Way to make myself and everybody in this room feel old. Wait a minute.
Oh.
Wait a minute. What do we have here?
Chrysler building.
I is trained at working as parasites, not the doors. That's correct. So here we are at the ground floor. So it is a little... I'm reluctant to overuse the term roguelike, but it is kind of roguelike. It's random dungeons. Every time that you start a new game, the layout of the Chrysler building changes, and it's got some Palace of the Dead-like features that some of us 14 nerds will recognize, including the aforementioned... they're not really mimics. You'll see what I mean. All right, here we go. So hang on one second. I got so involved in this game over the weekend that sometimes I would forget what floor I'm on. And of course, you know, every time you hit every 10 floors, you run into a boss and stuff. But I actually looked up the memory address in the game that keeps track of what floor you're on, which is... what I'm trying to say is I didn't have anything better to do with my weekend, but I did it. I'm going to try to see if I can't find that memory address again. All right. So here we go. Do a new search, and then we'll just try to keep track of it as I go through the floors. So every floor has got an elevator to go back down, although you can't use it until you kill the boss every 10 floors. So when you first run into it, it is useless. If you want to get out, you're going to have to walk all the way back to the last floor. You can take the elevator on, or in this case, just leave the building. Also, every floor has got an armory of sorts, like a treasure room. All right, these guys suck, so don't be in front of them. And the good thing is they level up with you, so the monsters coming in are perfectly acceptable for a level 2 or 3 character. But towards that 50, 60, 70 floors, it does get a little ridiculous. Armory, treasure room, whatever you want to call it. All right, we'll hang on to that. So you want to make sure that you find the treasure room on each floor. So even if we see the exit to the next floor, I will double back until we get all the treasure. Not just for guns and augments and whatnot, but also rare trading cards to give to Wayne, which is exactly what you'll need to do in order to get access to his toolbox and super toolboxes. Oh, well, we don't want the junk. We've already got pretty much the best weapon in the game, so toss that away and try not to pick that up next time.
Look at you letting that jug go. I'm so proud.
Wayne's going to be devastated, though. All right, so that's the elevator. We can't make use of that right now. So one thing is, the floor layouts change, but the thing is, you know what kind of layout the armory is going to, or treasure room is going to be on. You know that the exit is going to be on a north-south hallway. So I'll be moving through this kind of with in mind where I think the exits and the rooms are going to be, which should speed this up a little bit. Is it random after leaving? No, it doesn't change unless you beat the game and restart it. So it's a random layout every time you start a new EX game. All right, so here we go. That's the exit of floor 1. So let me try to look for that value in RAM. I was looking for a way to export this onto OBS or something, but sadly, DuckStation's got a really good memory scanner, but it doesn't have any way of putting it out to a file, which is kind of unfortunate. That would be a cool little touch. All right, so we want to search for increase by value of 1. Oops. All right, let's keep going. I still haven't found it yet. I also found the memory value for how much junk you've turned into, Wayne, because after like 5 hours of farming junk, I'm just like, God, am I done? How much more do I need? No! Alright, well, here we go. Okay, treasure room. Let's see what we got. Nice. Okay. It's not really cheating so much as, like, I didn't change any of the values in the game. It's just I wanted to know how much more I needed to turn in. And if that's cheating, then fuck it.
That's having a wise use of your time as an adult.
Yeah, it would be nice if Wayne would just tell you how many pieces of junk he's keeping so you could tell him how much, bro, you need help. Do something about your junk hoarding habit. He has an option too. If you give him the 300 junk, he will give you the option to pick a gun of the various types that we discussed earlier, or let Wayne choose for you. Don't do this, because most of those guns are inferior to whatever you can choose, but also he has the chance of giving you super junk, which is completely useless, and duper junk, which is also completely useless. Is it fair to assume the Chrysler building takes up potentially as much time as the main scenario? It could. Because it was hard for me to gauge, because I was using emulation speed up for a couple of moments in there, but yeah, I kind of feel like it does give you about as much content. So we'll see how it goes. I was a little concerned after I did it, where I'm like, I'm not sure we'll get all this covered in the stream, so I just wanted to have that contingency ready. But I also, after doing it once, have a little bit more idea of what to expect, so maybe it won't take as long. And we have that CD-ROM speed up too, which will shave a little bit of time off of it too. So we'll see. I wouldn't, like, even if I didn't have the speed up though, it shouldn't take you more than a weekend, 2 nights to do it, you know? I mean, really, the base game doesn't take you more than 2 nights if you kind of know what you're doing. Get wrecked.
That was badass.
Yeah. Yeah, this gun has got first strike, or quick draw is what it's actually called in the game. Yeah, it's got a rate of fire of 3, which I might change to a 2 at some point. 2 or 3 is about optimal for your guns. Anything more is kind of a waste of ammo. Attack all enemies, so when I go to attack, it'll just start shooting at everybody that's within radius, which is nice. Quick draw, first attack, very nice. We took our 2 commands gun from the end of the museum and melted that on here, and then this has got tranquilizers and acid effect. We will be changing these out for better effects later on. There's also a fire and ice effect, but those are pretty poor effects in that the enemies that are weak to it, it does a little bit more damage, but the enemies are strong to it. You're seriously hurting yourself. So those are not really augments that you should be putting on your guns.
What are your favorite games where like the elemental damage actually makes a difference?
Final
'Cause, like,
Fantasy 11.
fair enough.
I mean, the Final Fantasy games in general handle elemental resistance as well in a way that is not super tedious. And some may argue, well, if you put it that way, then 11's terrible. It's like, well, you're the kind of person that really likes 11, and you're maybe the kind of person that don't. But if you have the patience for a game like that, I do love its elemental resistance system quite a bit.
Mhm.
What about you? I would ask you the same question.
I can't think of any off the top of my head. I know that there have been games where I've enjoyed that, but I can't. Let me think about that. I'll try to get back to you before the end of the stream.
Sure. All right, I'm going to be a little parsimonious with my ammo here. I'm going to unload this gun before I dismantle it. Eventually we won't have to be, but just to be on the safe side. That's kind of... I tell you what, I'll shuck you for your rate of fire. So the way that the game handles damage is that your rate of fire divides the attack damage. And like there's a little bit of scaling there because it's divided. But if you start to go past 3, it starts to really lower your damage, even though it kind of evens out at the end, but it also leaves Aya standing around taking more shots, which she can take more damage in the process. So it kind of is just not worth it in the end to have more than 2 or 3 on your guns. But I digress. We found the treasure room. Let's see if we can find the exit. So I'm showing my lack of experience. I have not played the Monster Hunter or Persona games, unfortunately. Just so much time one has, and I guess I chose to spend it with other games, but I would like to check those out at some point.
So upon thinking about it, I mean, mostly the Final Fantasy series has the games that I'm thinking of. I don't have as much experience with 11 as you do, so I understand why you would like it, and I think I would too if I got that far into it, but I did not. I enjoyed, know that you didn't like 8, but I did enjoy the junction system and how you could play around with the strength of the elements, kind of like beyond just their innate elemental weaknesses. You could make that stronger or weaker, and I enjoyed that. So
I personally found the junctioning system, and it's a personal flaw of mine, not so much a negative comment on 8. I'm a bit of a completionist, and the junctioning system made me want so bad to try to get as complete as possible. And if you try to do that with 8, you're going to lose your sanity. Just don't do it.
So I do want to let you know one thing. I'm the same way, and I did it.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't enjoy it personally, but I can also see the argument that you're making. If you liked 8, then yeah, it had a really interesting combat system. It just wasn't for me.
Yeah, I don't know how I did it. Like looking back at it, like I'm like, how did I have that much time? But I did. I had so much time, and I did lose my sanity, and I just ran around on like the island closest to heaven and the island closest to hell, and just like all the draw points, and I got all the spells, and I maxed out every single one, and I didn't ever use any of the magic. I just drew and I junctioned. So it was crazy. I do not recommend it. But yeah, that was the thing.
Okay, dead end.
Same Grimace.
I think the thing that I liked about 8's battle system compared to, say, 7 is I really enjoyed the limit break system in 8. How you could put in those commands to... If you got good at it, it would pay off.
The boost.
Yeah, that's pretty satisfying.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely overpowered, but they felt so good.
They did. But then it felt so bad when you were boosting and you messed up and it went all the way down to 0 and...
Yeah, that's true, but it's just more incentive to follow the 12th commandment.
Exactly.
Come on, where's that treasure room at?
I do have a soft spot for 8.
Hey.
Like I mentioned a little bit in one of the earlier streams, that one was my first Final Fantasy, so I think everyone has a soft spot for their first Final Fantasy.
Gotcha. That's understandable. I realize, I guess I'm kind of in the minority. I feel like 8 is a little bit more of a controversial Final Fantasy than some, but I think that most people played 8, walked away with a good impression of it. My take is not, I would say, the majority take.
Fine. My favorite is still your favorite. I love 6. I don't think that will ever change unless for some reason they decide to release a new Final Fantasy that's better somehow. But
well, I can admit that 6 has got its issues. Its combat system, like the idea of getting stats off of your espers, is interesting in theory, but in practice, it's a very homogenized experience because anybody could be a spellcaster. You can,
anyone could be a spellcaster. All of your characters at the end were pretty much the same except for their special innate abilities, and so yes, it's a little bit more homogenized.
There was a modification for 6 called Brave New World, and Brave New World has got a little bit of cringeworthy additions. But one of the things that they did in the game is they made certain espers character specific, and they made and they swapped around the stats that they would give you and some of the spells that they would give you. So it really did just kind of give everybody a chance to shine in a different way. I don't know if it's been updated recently, but I did have a good time playing through that some years ago. I feel like we're doubling back, but not in a good way.
I will be right back.
Okay. So I think we need to go southeast. Yeah, 13, it used to be 8 was my least favorite Grimace, and then 13, bar none, became my least favorite Final Fantasy. Very ambitious what they were trying to do. Yeah, Square Enix was kind of up its ass at that point, and it shows in the ambition of their design, but none of the freshness of the ambition that we see in this 32-bit era. And yeah, 13 was a lot of style and left itself wanting in substance. It does seem like the issues that people had were addressed in the sequels, but it's just 13. I finished 13 completely, but it just left such a bad taste in my mouth. The part of the reason I finished it completely is I just didn't want to touch it again. And that was, oh man, that's been over a decade ago. And I've only just now got to the point where I'm like, maybe I ought to revisit this game and see if my harsh opinion is warranted. The only thing that I don't like about the Chrysler building is I understand why these floors are laid out the way that they are with the graphics that they have. I wish there was a little bit more variety in the floors that you could get. But again, it's a nice little game mode where we didn't even have to have it in the first place. So, Going up. Give me 1 second. Okay. I'm so opinionated about Final Fantasy VIII, I have to stay out of this. Let me just be clear. If you like 8, do not let me take away from your appreciation of 8. I would never yuck somebody's yum around here unless, you like something truly disgusting. But if you like a certain game, I will not take that away from you. I really wish that I had a better opinion of 8 because there's a lot to like about that game. And I just feel like it's one of those things where it's like, I can acknowledge there's a lot that's good about it, and it's just not for me. I literally became a criminal because of that. Oh, okay. I'm not going to lie and say you don't have me curious, but I'll just leave it at that. All right, so we got another tool. Sounds good. Going up.
And I'm back.
Welcome back. We just went up a floor, got another treasure room.
I was going to ask if we beat it yet.
Are we there yet? Afraid not. We're on either floor 6 or 7, though. So we are getting our way to the first boss. I'll just tell you now, though, it's going to be a pretty fast fight. This first boss is kind of assuming that you're just coming into EX mode fresh, which I did not. We are a little over-leveled.
You're a goddamn professional.
I am a goddamn professional. Things will ramp up, though. Hijacked a train pulling countless copies of Final Fantasy VIII and derailed it right off a cliffside. Now that is a story that I'm here for.
How did we get on the subject?
Sarah's got a tangent that she's going to tell us more about. She is switching over to PC keyboard to tell us more.
I see that in chat now.
Things that make you go, wow.
Yeah.
It's a long-ass hallway going south. There we go, wrapping around. Come on, treasure room. Hey! For my 15th birthday, I asked my brother for Final Fantasy VII. He got me 8 instead. I'm so sorry. I love that game from the first moments the pre-menu credits roll. I played the hell out of it until my jealous, narcissistic, sociopath stepmom, God, fucking narcissistic, sociopathic step-parents. Worst. Took it away from me because of a hot sorceress on the cover. She said she'd give me another game and it's Oh, oh no. Oh,
Oh,
oh, I'd become a fucking criminal too. Somebody'd have to die. I'm sorry, Sarah. I'm sorry you had to go through that.
wow, that's one of the worst things I've ever heard.
That is a
And
true horror story. What the
I,
fuck?
I thought you were playing a horror game, Barry, but never mind.
Yeah,
This is
the real horror is in the comments. I went through hell with some schoolmates. I traded $50 cash, a holographic first edition Team Rocket. Oh no! Oh, the story keeps getting worse. A copy of Super Smash Brothers to obtain. Oh no! My other brother, evil stepmom's biological son, tattled on me and stepmom and took. Oh, oh my!
oh,
No, I'm riveted now. I'm sorry. We gotta stop. I'm reading chat.
go on.
Unload guns while I wait here. While on an outing with the first brother, we were driving by Walmart and I just told him, pull in here. I got to do something. So I walked in and shoplifted the game. Oh, I am not condoning shoplifting and I'm not saying that that's the right thing to do, but I get it. Especially when you're a kid, when you're a kid of limited means, you've been shafted out of a game twice like
Twice.
that.
Yeah.
I get it. I never had to steal a game because people took my game. I did have Magic the Gathering cards and Dungeons and Dragons books taken from me because I'm in the South and there was a big moral panic kind of back in the late 80s and 90s about, D&D and magic based games and the occult. And I would get those things back, thankfully. But that was a whole thing. Not quite like that, though. Not quite like that.
I'm not from the South, and I dealt with a lot of that same moral panic because I had a Southern Baptist mom.
Yeah. Other brothers sold me out again. Parents took it away. I stole a new one. I started stealing a lot of video games, memory cards, game magazines, you name it. Over the course of that holiday season, I stole, oh my gosh. I got caught and got a slap on the wrist. I didn't do shoplifting even after I got caught again and went juvie for 10 weeks. So I'm glad everything turned out well. And again, what you did wasn't right. You know that. I'm not here to castigate anybody. I appreciate you sharing that story, but I think your folks share some of the blame on that. That's bad to put a kid in a position over a goddamn video game girl of all things, really.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I brought up the whole moral panic thing because while this wasn't quite the same thing, I had a copy of a PlayStation 1 game called Tales of Destiny, which might not be a bad game to play on stream for you guys at some point if you like the Tales games. But I took that over to a friend's house and we were playing it for a bit and his mom walked in and picked up the box for it. And I guess she saw that it had a teen rating, flipped the back of the box over, and she just looked over and said, Jeffrey, you can't play that game. Like real sternly, and looked at me too when she said it. And I said, I'm sorry, Miss Myrick, what's the problem? And she said, it's got drinking references in here. We're not going to have that in this house. So, when the ESRB rates something, they're taking into account kind of the general content of the game. And if you've played the game, you know that it's a fantasy RPG. You can go into taverns. NPCs are going to get a little bit sloshed and talking that slurry NPC text that you're used to. And it's not like a big deal, right? That's the content. And I feel like the ESRB was a little bit stricter about rating games back in the day and dinging it for things like that. Like the same game nowadays maybe wouldn't even get a teen rating. It'd probably just get a teen rating just because anything that's not mature just kind of does de rigueur, right? But back then, that distinction actually, I guess, mattered. And I guess when she picked it up and saw that, she just thought I was bringing some drinking and smoking and goddamn video games in the house, and she wasn't gonna let her young son hang out with the likes of me, which I'm shocked to anybody. But I'm kind of a square. I was back then. I still am now. I've never never been really into substance abuse of any kind. So, but I just felt so judged. It's just like, you don't know what's in this game, and it's not worth it to me to explain it to you, because you're just simply going to look at me and either assume that A, I'm lying, or B, I don't know what I'm talking about because I'm a child. But nevertheless, I just said, there's really nothing objectionable with the game, but it's your house. We'll put it away. And just left it at that. But anyway, I'm sorry. I'm not making this about me, because that is definitely the more interesting story here. And I'm sorry that you had to go through all of that just to have a video game. Definitely not the only house where games were judged superficially and parents flipped the fuck out. But yeah, it's unfortunate that your stepmom took the steps that she did, because that's kind of on her.
Yeah. Not kind of. It's on her.
And the problem is, like, I feel like that kind of life lesson would be lost on a person that make their kids do that. They just assume, oh, well, my kid's reprobate, instead of thinking, hey, maybe I help contribute to this issue. But nevertheless.
I will try to get you back on track, because we have a lot of Chrysler building to climb, but...
Well, and, it's possible, even if we were totally focused, we may not cover all this. I'm never opposed to just stopping what we're doing to have a nice chat with the people here, because that's part of the reason that we're doing this. So
you're very correct.
My stepmom was Delulu, indeed. Anytime I got a game magazine, she would take a Sharpie to it and black out any hit of... oh, my God. Oh, that sounds unbearable. I'm glad to have the mother that I have for many reasons, but I will also say she, there's very, very little that she objected to me playing Mortal Kombat when it was brand new, but like that was a little more understandable. And then within a year of it coming out, she eventually just said, "Here you go. You're old enough. You can handle this. You're not a schmuck."
Yeah. There's definitely a difference between like going to a tavern and like getting a little wasted in a JRPG and ripping someone's spine out. So, there is a difference.
Not in the South. Not in the South. Okay,
sorry.
In that process of talking, I forgot whether we came from the left or the right, so we might be a little lost here. This is fine. I thought I was traumatized by 8. I'm just a big old bitch boy in comparison, so you definitely win with that story. You know what? I think we did come from up this way, so let's go the other way. Let's try going this way. So you've actually played a Squaresoft game on the PlayStation that I haven't played, because I have not played her, guys. But I played 7, 8. Only more recently did I start to play 9. But back when it was new, I also played Bushido Blade, which was a lot of fun. Both that and the sequel. Oh yeah, Einhander. Einhander's a great game. Gorgeous looking game for its time. It's still pretty to me, damn it. All right, our next treasure room.
Vox, isn't that one of the game's soundtracks that you uploaded to Cole?
It is a shmup. You had like a primary weapon, and then like you had an arm built onto your ship that could have a secondary weapon. I think that was part of the reason it was called Einhander. It's fun. It was on rails 2D/3D shoot 'em up. It was good. I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen a trading card yet, and I think there's at least one down here. I want to say we've hit every treasure floor so far, but I hope we haven't missed one.
You've been looking for them, so I don't think you would have, would you?
I don't think so either, but I'm not sure. I would think we would have seen it by now. All right, dead end. Go south. Brave Fitzer Musashi is a wonderful game. That's one that would almost warrant its own game of the month. Great music, good look. It's fun.
That's the game I always wanted to play, but never got a chance to play because I saw it like sitting on the shelf, and I remember looking at it and be like, "This looks so cool." But
well, and part of it too is it had the demo for 8, so that was an immediate draw for a lot of people to pick it up. It just worked out that it was also a great game in the process. I haven't heard such glowing things about the sequel, but I cannot confirm. Did not play it. I want to say we name dropped that game at some point during a game of the month. It might have been Mega Man Legends, and I want to say Scott had played too and didn't have favorable things to say about it. Yep. Yes. Next floor time. Still trying to hunt down that memory value. Search again. Okay, we're either on the 8th or 9th floor. I've got 3 values here. Yeah, I think this is floor 9, so I hope we find that trading card, because there should be... There's 14 trading cards total. Some sets of 10 floors have more than others, but... I really want to get that super toolbox, so I'm a little concerned. But the problem is, even if we make it far enough to get the toolboxes, I'll have to do this off stream. You have to be on day 4 to get those items anyway, so Okay, that occasionally that happens. That's not the monster in a box though. Not a big deal. Let's see. So far, so good. I guess I missed one. I'll just have to check it out after stream then. That's fine. We'll keep going. Anyone here on stream or in chat have experience with Resident Evil or Silent Hill? I have experience with Resident Evil.
I do have experience with both.
I have not played Silent Hill, but I have watched it play through, and I think it would be a lot of fun to play myself at some point. Has anybody checked out the Silent Hill 2 remake that's come out?
I have not.
Here we go.
I feel like, sorry.
No, it's nothing.
I feel like Resident Evil has evolved a lot since it started, whereas Silent Hill has stayed kind of more of the same. And I kind of like both of those things for the franchises that they are.
Resident Evil 4 was a fantastic game. I played that a little like in the early 2010s, so I was a little late to that party. A lot of fun though.
I don't know anyone who doesn't like Resident Evil 4.
I played Resident Evil 2 back in the day and really enjoyed it. Hey, there's our trading card.
Nice.
Do we have any tools? No. Sounds a little bittersweet, Grimace. I heard a lot of good things about the remake. Or at least people liked how it looked. I haven't looked too much into the actual gameplay or changes to the story. I see. Okay, boss time. This shouldn't be anything too impressive. Just, if you're afraid of spiders, I'm so sorry.
Good luck.
And the bosses only get cooler from here.
It's a spider brain tick.
Hey, you got the Chrysler key, so now we can come back to... We can come back here. We are going to go back to the precinct every 10 floors just to offload.
Why do you feel that way about the Silent Hill games, Vox? Is it just because you don't really like spoopy games, or? I don't think there's anything bad about not liking it. It's either your taste or it's not. So I don't think you're chicken shit.
Where I chose move. Let's try that again. Nice. Okay, sort our items. All right, I'm going to go make a quick save, and I'm going to step away for about 5 minutes before we take the next set of floors. All right, be back in a few. And we're back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. It's a goddamn door every time.
Hmm.
And now to the world map of Manhattan.
The door got something against you and I.
All right, here we go. Floor 11.
Music change.
Mm-hmm. Different set of music every 10 floors.
It is like Past the Dead.
Yeah, a little bit. It is a little bit like a proto Palace of the Dead. Love to see it. I have a mole. I'll take a medicine too. Why not? Or hell, I'll take it all. Gotta have our peels.
That mole was pretty cute for being a eldritch horror.
Well, now it's pretty dead, so. All right, treasure room. Okay, nothing to use that on yet. Uh-oh! Shit! Damn, a monster! And it one-shotted us. Love that. Love that. That's
Wow.
fine. We had a revive, but that won't be the last time that you see that. And sometimes I get the jump on it because I do have first strike, and then sometimes you don't. But and there was nothing that I could do about it. If I don't get first strike and kill it, it just, yeah, does that. So good old, it's the best of Palace of the Dead. It's the worst of Palace of the Dead.
A very Dickensian.
Mm-hmm. Who are you calling a dick?
Mm.
And dead end. Well, that was our only revive, so I don't know if this armor's got auto. Okay, well, I don't know if my HP already has to be low for that to proc, so knocking on some nearby wood here. All right, this looks like the exit. Nice. Yeah, I would say that's pretty fair. Left is best. Snack!
No step on snack.
Shooting snack, that's fine.
Yes. Just don't step on it.
I would like to make a Gadsden flag with the "Don't bust a cap in me" line, and like a gun just being held off frame would be fantastic. Hey, that was close. I would rather be insta-killed by a mimic than hit by that darkness effect. That is my least favorite thing in this game.
Darkness is always a bitch. I know from personal experience.
No whammy, no whammy. So far, so good. Tools are always good. Let's see, do I have anything? I don't have anything to use this on yet. I do now. But I think I saw one problem. That's the problem. That gun doesn't have any modifier. It doesn't have any attributes. It doesn't have any bonus modifiers. Complete garbage. We're throwing it away.
Garbage.
It's not, I mean, it's not so bad. If you like roguelikes, this will kind of scratch an itch, and if you don't, then this is not going to help their case. Oh. Dead end. I mean, I absolutely had fun doing it this weekend, but granted, having that little bit of fast forward was helpful. Until you would fast forward into a random encounter, but do so quickly that the enemies would just pummel you before you had a chance to respond. But that's okay. That didn't happen to me. I didn't die a few times because of that. I did it all first try.
Of course.
Yeah, I probably should put some of these bonus points into the armor. That did seem to cut down on the insta-deaths. Like, they really just hit so hard. Like, everything else is still pretty easy at this point, but they hit disproportionately hard for the level that you're at. Let me see. Yeah, I feel like our attack power is not really a problem. Nice. So I'll probably just throw that there until I hit 200. This will be okay. You know, it's very rare that I felt like I was about to run out of ammo here. I'm just being overly diligent because I do respect your time. But the enemies drop enough here. This isn't like Resident Evil. I think unless you have a gun that's just so janky that it's just chewing through bullets, you're probably going to be fine. Let me go this way. Hi, elevator.
song in the background reminds me of the song from the Southern Oracle from the Neverending Story.
I have a feeling this is a dead end. Or maybe not. Maybe? I might get rid of some of these medicine ones. Okay, maybe? Hey, nice. That was a long hallway, though. Sorry if there's any buffering. It looks like Comcast is doing me dirty again.
Looks good on my side.
Okay, treasure room. Nice, nice. Okay, well, where to now? Nice. convenient. Nice. Trading card. We're at 2 so far, I believe. A rocket that I'll never use. Not bad, not bad. We gotta reload Mr. Bang. He's getting thirsty. There we go. Nice. That was a pretty straightforward floor. On to 15. And it's helpful too, because I did at least see that the last 7 floors are literally just stairwell after stairwell after stairwell. It's nothing special. So really, you only have, I mean, the first floor is just the lobby. So you really only have 69 floors of content, which is quite nice.
It is very nice.
Well, I mean, you have a big bad at the very top, but don't let that stand in the way of my terrible jokes.
No.
Also, nice little attention to detail there. Squeak, squeak, squeak,
Yeah.
squeak. Get wrecked. Okay. No whammy, no whammy. Super tool, pretty nice.
Not quite as nice as the number of floors, but still nice.
That is true. Ooh, Club 4. Hello, nurse. Yeah, this one doesn't have first strike on it, which is kind of a pity. Yeah, it's fine. Tin roof rusted.
Mhm.
Over full on pills here. I know what I can do about that. I can just take some pills. There we go. Problem solved.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Hey. Oh no. I bet they never called you Mr. Bang ever again. Right, floor 16. Yeah, it's a lot harder to finish a job with one of those. Let me go this way. What do I think? This is going to be a dead end. Well, okay. Maybe not. Okay. No bonus attributes, also useless. In the trash it goes. Well, we'll take the ammo. But otherwise, in the trash it goes. Ah, well, it's kind of a dead end, but it was still worth checking out. So I have a feeling if we go back and take that right, that should take us right to the exit. It would be nice, like, if you had alternate costumes and, like, joke weapons. Like her wearing her lovely nighttime dress but carrying a water pistol. Oh, that would be peak video gaming.
Yes, it would. And I did it in heels.
I didn't realize until I did a little looking one night that Silent Hill had a UFO ending, which was, considering how heavy that game is, would have taken me completely by surprise back in the day. Alright, up we go. Floor 18. Oh, well then that's I guess this game's trash then. We don't have, well, we had a dog in Parasite Eve. But we saw how that went.
Rip Shiva.
Yeah. Justice for Shiva, hashtag. Too soon? Yeah, always too soon. No whammy. Okay. Take the attributes off this bad boy. Damn. All right. Complete dead end either way. What about this way? Also, well, it's a boulevard of dead ends. That's what I get for not taking the obvious choice. Left is best.
A rookie mistake.
There we go. So how much more streaming goodness do you have in your tank left tonight, Nicole?
Probably. Should I or would I? I'd probably be good till around midnight Eastern.
Okay. Let's see, what time is it now? Okay. Cool. We should be able to get another set of 10 floors done. Nice. Come on, exit. I have a feeling we're going to be backtracking a little bit.
Hmm.
Ah, come on, game, please. I would be ready for a new set of floors because I'm ready for a new song. This is probably one of my least favorite on the soundtrack. Nope, that's down. We don't want to go there.
So this isn't going to be one of your postmortem?
Probably not. Do you have any thoughts yet on what you might choose for the postmortem?
I do have a few, but I don't know the names of them, so I'm gonna keep it to myself. But I have been making a note as we went through the game, and I have a few ideas.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of great music in this game. Not every song is going to be a banger, but that's all right. I had to hear a lot of this song too, farming up my junk for the gun that I have, so that didn't help either.
Yeah, I can see that.
Snack! Woo! A lot of no ropes.
Danger noodles.
And they're just full of ammunition.
Where were you keeping that ammo, Zach?
Actually, forget the water gun idea. What about like a snake gun? She just whips out a snake and just starts pop, 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 pop. Hook me up, Square Enix. I'll tell you where to write the checks to. I'm just full of good ideas tonight. Hey, here we go. Took us long enough. Floor 19. It's weird how I can watch what the memory is doing, and when she goes up a floor, up the stairs, it'll go to the correct floor, and then it'll count up to the floor, to like floor 20, and then it goes back down to 19. And I'm wondering on a technical level why it's doing it that way.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Funny you mentioned the can of Raid, Nox. That's going to come into play later. And that's all I'll say. Actually, it would be really funny if, like, bug exterminators just came in, and instead of like spraying stuff, they just started unloading guns into bugs. That would be probably a terrible day for insurance adjusters, but that would be so much fun for a little bit.
I'm pretty sure that's what exterminators carry in New York City.
Okay, Kevlar suit. We don't want it. But I don't have a tool. That's all right. Hey, well, what do you know? You read my mind, game.
I'm really
Oh.
surprised. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I have a really potent superpower of opening my mouth the minute that you want to say something, and I apologize.
That's okay. I have the potent superpower of knowing when you're going to say something and deciding to say something myself.
As
so-
if by magic. So I was just saying it's boss war.
Nice. I was just going to say that I am surprised that there hasn't been a video game with that device of you're an exterminator and you're actually killing bugs with guns.
Oh, there's got to be one on Steam. No question about it. I mean, if you got farming and truck simulators, you've got bug extermination simulators. It's got to be past all the Hitler porn games, of which there's a zero amount, and that's very, very concerning to me.
I know that there are extermination games, but I meant like I don't know. I guess more than just like a little one-off indie title. I don't know. Yeah, the spider kill. Yeah, kill it with fire. I've seen that. But no, not that one, though. That is a funny game, though.
Yeah, Nicole only plays real games. She doesn't play indie games.
Shut up. That is not what I'm saying. And yes, Earth Defense Force. That is fair, but that's again not what I really mean. I'm kind of thinking like Orkin Man meets Ghostbusters. Got me thinking about jumpsuits, which got me thinking about Ghostbusters, which got me thinking. That was my train of thought. I just like jumpsuits.
Damn it. Here we go. Alright, let's go. Hey, it's Florida Men again. We don't have haste yet, so this is fine.
We got Gator fans.
Get wrecked.
Nice.
Alright, let's run back to the elevator, drop some things off at the precinct. Don't have to hear that music anymore, which is really, really nice. And now to the world map of Manhattan. The wide, wonderful world of Manhattan, even. All right. As the people have commanded, we shall go save, and let's get another 10 floors in before we call it a night, shall we?
Sounds good to me.
And watch as I struggle with that goddamn door again. Hey, first try, every time.
First try every time.
Like it never even happened.
Wonder if that statue is based on a real statue.
I don't know. It would be curious to take a look at the inside of the Chrysler building to see if there's any semblance whatsoever. Although granted, it's very well possible, even if that were the case, it's been remodeled since, so who knows?
So I will guarantee you it hasn't been remodeled since because it's a historic building. But
It's a good point.
I've been in the Chrysler building. I remember it was very Art Deco, which this is very Art Deco, but I don't remember it looking like this. I just remember there was a lot of gold in it.
Gotcha. Was there a lot of goo on the floor too?
Yes, but I thought that was just
Wow.
normal New York stuff.
Get out of my brain. The exterminator's here. Raid! Ooh, that's a lot of ammo. Let's go. Oh, you know what game could have used kind of a new Game Plus mode like this?
What?
Vagrant Story.
Yeah.
Like, it's got some extra post-game content that's only available after you beat the game, but I don't think it quite compares to this.
There's so many more boxes to push.
Have a good night, Grimace.
Good night.
I just don't be running with a gun unholstered like that. That's not good. That's not good form.
No.
I bet she keeps her finger on the trigger too. Poor trigger discipline.
Mm.
But that's fine. She can work at some heals, so she's got that going for her, which is nice.
Nice.
Oh man, I hope the exit's this way and I don't have to run all the way back down that other. Alright. Assign these bonus points to armor and hope for no whammy.
Nice.
Very nice. We will need those in a few floors when we find... Uh-oh. Nope, this way. This way. When we find the ultimate armor here. I wonder if it's up this way. Nope. Oh my god, how long is this hallway? Nice. All right, floor 23. First strike would be good if we didn't already have it. Let's get the ammo out of it. And more blood for the blood gods. man.
Hmm.
Huh. Well, I hope it's down this way here. We've got a little bit of running back to do. Have a good night, Sarah. Much appreciated. Thank you for the harrowing story. I'm glad everything turned out okay. The lengths we go to play Final Fantasy, man.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just down, down, down.
Hmm. Was that a Mole People reference?
Maybe.
I appreciate that.
Come on. All right, we have an upswing. Up to an exit. Yes. Okay, there's the exit, but I don't think we found the treasure room on this floor yet, did we?
I don't think you did, no.
Okay. Well, I'm willing to bet it's down.
Mm.
Nice. Okay, well, should be pretty straightforward to get back then.
Nice.
Yeah.
No mimics.
I mean, it's all right. It has burst on it, but we've already got the target all ability. So, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're looking for burst, though, this is handy. Some people prefer this over the target's all because eye is not stuck in place. But then you have to get your positioning just right, and I don't like to have to worry about that. So we will unload this gun. Feed it to Mr. Bang. He's very hungry.
It must feed.
Trying to drink and run at the same time. I don't recommend it. This reminds me of a one-handed PlayStation 1 controller that I saw one time. It was kind of the first time I had ever seen like a video game peripheral designed for accessibility. What I'm trying to say is that would be really handy right now. I could be controlling in one hand and sipping coffee with the other. All right, off to floor 26. Or excuse me, this is 425. I can't count. Hey, I think we want that. That's a critical hit up attribute, and I think we want that on our gun. So rather than take the bonus attributes, I will take that instead. This is a dead end. Well, maybe. Maybe. Maybe.
Wait for it.
Hold. Huh. Okay. I don't know. Wait. Hold up. Oh, I was like, hold the fucking phone here. Where's my gun at? That's real bug extermination. Just squashed it to death.
Yeah.
Ooh, all right. I was a little concerned. I thought I consumed the wrong gun. Mr. Bang went bye-bye. Oh, no, that's the wrong way. All right. Well, I guess it's around and down? But I'm not sure. I thought we just... Well, fuck it. Let's give it a shot. I think this is the way we came from, though. Oh, well, what's a little grinding, right?
Nothing new for you.
Come on. No. Oh, no. Okay, well, shit. Maybe up and right then? Finally. There we go. Floor 26.
The rare case that left is not Beft.
Yeah, that floor was all over the place. Let's see. I don't think we found the treasure here, did we?
Nope, not this floor.
Okay. That was a dead end. I guess it's gonna be here? Maybe? Nope. Shit.
Mm.
All right. Run away. God damn it.
Ah.
This is fine. This is fine. Come on. So hateful. At least it gets me another revive.
That is spicy.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Cum jacket? What?
I assumed it meant ceramic, but hey, that probably works too. It does have the auto heal attribute, but we're just gonna transfer those over to the good armor when we find it with our super tools. So I'll take these off. Yeah, I know. It's brutally unfair. Like, I've got what I think is pretty high defense, and those things will just floor you. I think it's like a level differential issue. Because I noticed higher up, I was putting like points into the defense, but it really just felt like I was just scraping by just as I leveled up. So whatever, it's fine. As long as I don't have to do all these floors all over again, that's all that matters.
Don't say that.
I mean, look, it's just a possibility. It could happen. Oh shit, we need to go this way. I know how to get back to the exit. Okay, all the way down and then to the west. I mean, the great thing is, like, all the enemies so far are hitting for next to nothing.
Yeah.
So I think it's her level. It's got to be a level thing. I don't know. 427. Ah, come on. I think this is going to be to the exit, and I don't... Still need to find the treasures. Or maybe not. Maybe it's here. Maybe? Hey!
Maybe.
Alright, no whammy! No whammy! Okay. So we are going to hang on to this armor for now for that status attribute. Protects us from blind. And rare trading card, also nice. Very nice. Very nice. Is it this way? Probably a dead end. Yep. This X is probably going to be one screen over and then up. I hope so, because if not, then it's going to be way back. Yes! Alright, let's go.
Nice.
Alright, floor 28. How are we looking at inventory space? I guess we're alright. Nope, that's the exit. We gotta go back.
Oof, now it's beginning to hit.
Yeah, well, we've only got 2 more floors. But yeah, oh my god, this oh, it's gonna be such a long walk back to the exit. Oh, thank goodness. Maybe it just loops and there's a shorter route back. All right, here we go. Nice.
Nice.
Very nice. Oh, the long trek back to the exit. Come on, don't make me go so far back. I think it's this way. Wow, that really was the long way around. All right, this is fine. This is fine.
I'm glad that the designers of this level thought to put little things like fire extinguishers in the hall, but there are no doors to any offices anywhere.
And there's a lot of goo. I have questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's New York, and that's just the New York patina, but come on.
Mhm.
Yeah, no windows, no fire exits. I mean, yeah, this is somebody's either paid good money to the city council or something bad's gonna happen. All right, here we go. Floor 29. Oh, well, hey, we still don't have to worry about that.
Very nice.
So the highest inventory bonus you can get on armor is 4, so that's not desirable to keep. I say we take you, merge you two to. Well, I say that it is higher than what I have now. Fuck it, why not? So 1 more inventory space. It doesn't hurt, but it will get better. Okay, nice. Ah, down, down, down. Hey, haste. That's some good news.
I know that's your favorite.
It is my favorite. It's pretty good. Okay, so I've got 200 defense. Why don't... No, not yet. EP, Valiant. That spend, yeah, all right. Left is beft. Left is beft. Until it's not. I think, yeah, we got the treasure here from the get-go, so I'm hoping... Too many more screens now. Hello, elevator. Okay.
Nice.
Yes, so we should have a boss here.
I said it before, I'll say it again.
Good luck.
Yeah. I'm not afraid of boss, I'm just afraid of running into another mimic.
Yeah.
Ouchies. All right, no whammies. Shit. All right, move back, move back, move back. Ah, get wrecked. All right, that's good. Didn't use a revive.
Very nice.
Well, which is good. I don't have... Well, no, I've got a revive. All right, so we should be good. What's on this grenade launcher again? Absolutely nothing. Do we have any... Okay, we want to keep that armor, so I will go ahead. Nice. Let's go. I'm going to give you to the count of 10 to get your no-good lying keister off my property before I pump your guts full of lead. Nice.
Very nice.
All right, let's head back to the precinct and drop things off, and we're going to call it a night.
Those were very definitely poop monsters.
The true end game of Parasite Eve is trying to figure out which background elements are interactable. There we go. Hey, if we have good luck, we might, maybe, possibly be able to finish this up Thursday.
Nice.
I mean, we did pretty good. I mean, because consider we did have to burn like, what, 30 to 45 minutes just clearing day one? Maybe
Yeah.
30?
Yeah. Well, welcome, Mecha Dark Rose.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're just about to call it a night here, but yes, I love this game, and happy to share it with you guys.
Absolutely.
We will be back on Thursday to keep plugging through. We just finished floor 30 of the Chrysler building. This is really kind of, like, I played this game back in the day when it was new, but I never really did the Chrysler building content, so this is new to me, and it's fun.
If you like Parasite Eve, definitely check out our VODs in the series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we finished the main storyline in the last VOD that we did. So we're just kind of wrapping up our odds and ends here. Okay. Let's store this with him for now. You have it on PS3 and ordered a PS Vita. Yeah, it's a shame what happened to the PS Vita. That seemed like such a comfy system to play old PlayStation games on.
I never really had much experience with it. Neither did a lot of people, I imagine, but...
Well, I've played a couple of like low intensity PS1 games on my phone through either PSX2, I believe is what it's called. And it's fine, but it's not like quite the same as having the integrated physical controls.
Yeah, exactly. That's one I never could get on board with, like, mobile ports of games that I'm familiar with, just because I couldn't do it on my phone without the physical controller.
Right. All right, inventory's looking okay. Get everything nice and tidy and sorted. I should take my PS3 out, give it a run sometime. Got some games still installed on there that wouldn't mind playing through again sometime. Yeah, I used to have a physical copy of this game back in the day, and it and a bunch of other games got damaged by some leaking water. Water damage. Not fun. Lost this and a few other games, including my copy of Lunar, which I'm most bitter about. All right.
It's a rough one.
Yeah, it sure is. But I think we're going to stop it here for tonight. This is Random Encounter.
This is Althena.
And Dark Rose, thank you again for joining us. Good to have you. Vox, if you're still out there, good to have you as well. And everybody else that joined us tonight, we will be back on Thursday, 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern, to keep plugging through the Chrysler building. So until then, you guys have a wonderful evening.
See you next time.